Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so you know whenever I post another video. So let's hop right into it. So today's video, I kind of wanted to just talk to single moms specifically, that type of audience, because I am a single mom right now, and so I kind of want to give a little bit of advice, and then I also wanted to hopefully hear some feedback from you guys, and you can give me advice too, because I am still new to this. Like I said, I am a single mom, so but yeah, so I'm gonna be looking over here a couple of times. Being a single mom is hard, okay y'all, and you have to understand that your role and your character is a mom forever. Character is a mom forever. And that's something I always have to tell myself all the time, because it's not that I tend to forget, it's just that it just helps me realize okay, this is my responsibility now. This is the child that I have to look up to me every day. This is a child that's gonna be coming to me for advice when they're able to talk. This is the person I have to make sure, preparing themselves for life, and I have to teach them the things that they need to know, before they get out on their own. And so that is another thing. I'm young, I'm still, learning new things about myself. I'm still learning new things about life, and I feel like you really need, you always need to make sure you have support. So that's one of the things I want to talk about, is support. So if you don't have support from family, which is I have family, but there was times where I feel I didn't really have that support, if that makes sense. I feel like I had to kind of just reach out and ask for help, and which there's nothing wrong with that. If you have to do that, do that. But I mean, it gets kind of awkward when you're reaching out to a person. I wouldn't say reach out to a person that you don't really talk to. But honestly, that's what I ended up doing. I ended up reaching out to a person, a cousin of mine. And she had ended up having a baby, and I kind of just got some advice from her. And then on top of that, she told me so much, and she was just really nice and kind about it. We were always close when we were little and you were younger, so that kind of helped me for the most part when I had my son. And another thing you could do is to reach out to communities. That's what I did. I reached out to communities. I'm with the program that actually a personal nurse for him, and she comes into my home, and she comes to check on him, make sure he's okay. Anything that's going on with him, I make sure to check. I make sure to text her about it, and she's always there to help me out, with anything. Because she's a nurse, so I feel that's really helpful. So if you have a community where you can just try to look up places that can help with those things, look up places that help with single parents, and it really helps. So I'm also part of another program called New Life New Generation, which they also help me once a month, and they actually give me free diapers, free wipes, free formula, all that type of things, anything that I need for my baby. My insurance, they also have it to where they pay once a month, well, not once a month, but it's once every 3 months. They give me a list. They send me a list of things that they offer, diapers, wipes. It's really they literally send you anything, whether it's for myself or for him. It could be for hygiene, it could be for clothes, it could be for self-care, anything that I need, really. So shampoo, soap, toothbrush, toothpaste, thermometer, anything like that, anything that I need for him or for myself, I make sure and I go ahead and ask them. But they do have it every 3 months, so that is what helps me out as well. Definitely make plans and set goals, because I definitely whenever I had my son, I was not prepared for what I wanted to do. And that goes with if I wanted him to be in school, if I wanted him to just stay home with me, and we found a work from home job. And honestly, now that I come to realization where I feel I really want to just have him stay home, because on top of that, like he's been through so much, and he's only 7 months, the ER a few times, so he's been going through a lot of things right now, and he's been struggling, and I've been having to take him out of daycare a lot. I've not been able to take him, and I haven't been able to work, so I have just been trying to think of other things to do. I recently just got a work from home job, which will definitely help me out a lot, and so I'm really thinking that I feel like if you feel like you're, especially if you're a single mom, if you feel like you have so much that you're like going through that you just don't have time to actually like be in a physical environment to work, and you know your baby's having problems or there's anything dealing with your baby, definitely take that chance to just find you a work from home job, because I feel like I'm telling you, like, it'll definitely just feel like your child just needs to be home with you, and your gut is telling you that, then do it, because that's what my gut was telling me. Like, I feel like, you know what, I feel like at this point, like, and I've always actually always wanted to find me a work from home job. So I literally just kept applying, and I wasn't having any luck until I found his daycare, and I ended up getting hired there. But after that, I was just so miserable. I was like, oh my god, you know, I can't keep doing this. This is not what I want to do. And so definitely, I feel like it'll definitely help, like with me, like having a work from home job, it'll definitely help whenever I do start school again, because I'm currently out of school right now. And that's another thing, you know, if you have to take a break from anything, whether it's school, whether it's you know, anything that you're involved in, and you know, you just had your baby, and you feel like your baby, of course, you know, having a child, it takes some time to do things that you used to do. Definitely try to make time to do those things with your baby. If not, just try to do those things later down the road, because honestly, if you just don't have time for it at all, that's okay. That's really okay. Like me, like I was planning to go back to school and start school, but I had to stop because I was with the baby and I was by myself. So I was trying to get myself together first, and make sure that me and him were okay before I actually went back and started school. So yeah, that's why I say make sure you just like plan ahead and think about the things that you want to do. Definitely make sure you think about it, especially while they're so young, and just making sure you're planning out everything that you want to do, and just have it in mind. Just make sure you have it down, like write it down, and just set those goals, because it'll definitely help you out in the future. So another thing is look for role models. So like I said, my cousin, like she had her baby, and I went to her for support. I went for her for help, and then I went to my mom, of course, because she has 3 of us. So she has 3 girls. Ask for help. Make peace with the past. Make plans and set goals. Look for role models. And then next, I said rethink your priorities. So, and that kind of just goes back to what I was saying, like when it comes to like thinking what's best for you and what's best for your child. So like for me, like honestly, like as like he's getting older, and like, you know, there's certain things that he's been through. Like I said, he's been like, I don't really want to go into it, but like he's just been having trouble, and like he's been having to go to hospital and everything. So he's been out of daycare for a little bit. So, you know, it's having me like rethink and just be like, okay, I think it really is best. Which is just like my first thought anyway. I wanted to do. I said, okay, you know what? I think the best thing to do was just to have him like out of daycare. Like I really didn't even want to have him in daycare, but at the time I had to work, and I couldn't, you know, I didn't want to stay home to watch him. So, you know, I had to put him in daycare. So, but I feel like the best thing for me and him is to just really just stay home and just work from home. So, if that is something y'all are struggling with, I would say try to do that. You know, try to find a work from home job, multiple jobs, as much jobs as you can, and see how that works out for you. And then another thing of advice I would say is make time for yourself. Okay, I cannot stress that enough. Like literally, this is like one of the things that I struggle with, because I always took the time to take care of him when I was not taking time to take care of myself, which was causing me to struggle taking care of him. So make sure you take care of yourself, you know, whether that's self-care, whether that's, having a nice long bath, you know, fit in a nice long bath, light some candles, you know, do something, just try to do things that relieve your stress and just take your mind off of everything. And just, you know, not have you like thinking about so many things. You know, I know there's times where you just think about so many things, there's so many things that stressing you out. You know, just taking care of a person stresses you out, okay? So it's always good to make sure you take the time to just have time for yourself and just take care of yourself so you can be able to take care of that baby. So that's one thing you need to do. And then another thing is to stay organized, okay? I'm a person that stays organized. I love to stay organized. I have to, or I will just be all over the place and I won't do anything. So make sure you stay organized, whether that's with appointments, whether that's with, you know, self-care routines, whether that's, you know, taking time to, you know, planning a day with just you and your baby, you know, just having some time to yourself. Just make sure you take time and just stay organized and stay on top of things. If you're not an organized person, it is going to be difficult, you know, especially if you're stressing with this situation. It definitely will be hard, so I definitely advise you to try to, you know, push yourself to organize, you know, and then last but not least, I would say be flexible. Be flexible. Okay, and don't try to control everything. Like me, like sometimes, you know, you can think, okay, now I want this to go this way, I want this to go that way, but things go the opposite, you know. And you know, there's times where like he's gotten so, I guess there's times where he's gotten sick, and I just was like, oh my god, I wish I could just do this, I wish I could do that. You know, I was trying to control every little thing. There were so many things going on because I was trying to get him the proper care that he needed. And there were so many things going wrong, and I was just like trying to be the one to take control, and I was trying to, you know, make sure he was given the right amount of care that he needed as soon as possible. I mean, that's kind of not really a good example, but I don't try to be controlling when it comes to, I guess, like, you know, doing feeding time, you know, because there's times where you can have a feeding schedule, but then, you know, as he or she gets older, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be all over the place. And there's times where some babies, they'll stay on their feeding schedule like for quite some time. It just depends on that baby. But you know, not until like colic comes in, and that's just a whole nother story. But yeah, so that's all I wanted to really explain just for today. I just thought I wanted to give you guys a little bit of advice. You know, it's not the first time mom, and I just thought I'd share what I've learned and just the things that I kind of go through. Bit of advice for y'all today, but if there's anything else y'all want me to talk about, if there's anything else that y'all think I've missed, or if there's anything that, you know, you can like let me know, probably just try to give me some advice too. So like I said, I'm still learning, I'm still, you know, getting to know my baby, and just, you know, it's just so I hope you guys like this video. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe to see more, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.